Today I will talk about on the topic Evans tries an O level. It is an interesting topic written by Colin Dexter. It is a very popular story written by such authors who has explained different characters. James Roderick Evans is a young prisoner in Oxford jail. He is appearing for an O level German examination. He is not interested in the language. His appearing in the examination is actually his plan to escape from the prison. The story is very gripping. The prison officials take every possible precaution, but still Evans escapes right under their noses. It has many characters like Evans. He is a cunning, kleptomaniac who specializes in escaping from prison. Second one, the governor. He is the gullible head of Oxford prison. Third one, Jackson. He is an experienced prison officer who allows Evans to escape under his nose. Fourth one, Stephens. He is a newly recruited prison officer. Last one, M.C. Larry. He is an accomplice of Evans disguised as an invigilator. It is early March when the story opens. The governor of Oxford prison telephones the secretary of the examination board with an unusual request. One of the inmates, James Roderick Evans, wishes to appear for the O-level German examination. The secretary asks if the inmate is a violent sort of prison. The governor informs him that there is no record of violence against him. He is actually a pleasant and fun-loving person and an expert at the art of imitation, which made him rather a star at a Christmas concert in the prison. He was just a kleptomaniac. He was being given night classes in O-level German in the prison. After discussing the details related in the exam, the secretary informs him that he would send only of the parsons from St. Mary Max to act as an invigilator. Evans the Break. Evans is known as Evan the Break among the prison officials because thrice he has escaped from the prison. The governor fears that he is again planning his escape, but thinks that there may just as well be a very slight possibility that Ivan is genuinely interested in O-level German. On 7th June at 8:30 p.m., his German tutor wishes him good luck for the exam. The following day, he expresses his concern that Evans has hardly any chance of getting through. Precaution of the prison officials. At 8:30 a.m. on 8th June, two prison officers, senior prison officer Jackson and a new recruit officer Stephens, visit Evans. Evans and Jackson are sworn enemies. Jackson mocks Evans by calling him insane. Evan hasn't seven. He is given time to smarten himself up. Jackson tells Stephens to take away the razor after Evans has shaved. Jackson feels disgusted at the dirty bobble hat of Evans and asks him to take it off. But Evans insists that the hat is his good luck charm and he is going to need it for the exam. Evans knows that Jackson holds some compassion for him. The governor of the prison has made sure that all precautions are taken to avoid a prison break. Evans Snell, scissors and file are taken away from him. His prison cell is fitted with a listening device, with its receiver being in the governor's room. At 8:45 the same morning, the invigilator appointed for the examination, Reverend Storat M.C. Larry, started for the prison. It was freezing outside. He was carrying a small brown suitcase which contained all the items needed for the examination. A sealed question paper, envelope, a yellow invigilation form, a special authentication card from the examinations board, a paper knife, a Bible, and a current copy of the Church Times. The 2-hour examination was scheduled to start at 9:15 a.m. Evans is getting ready when Stephens comes in with two small square tables and sets them opposite each other. He also brings in two chairs. Jackson comes in and wants Evans to behave. Evans asks him why is he being bugged in his cell. Jackson replies that no man in his senses would take any chance with Evans. He further informs him that the governor does not trust him at all and would be listening to each and everything going on in his cell. Reverend M.C. Larry, who is the invigilator, makes his entry into the prison and is taken to Evans' cell, where Evans is concentrating hard on a book of elementary German grammar. At 9:10 a.m., the governor switches on the receiver. He knows in his hearts that all these precautions were redundant because if Evans had to make an escape, he could have easily done so from the recreation block. Still, he feels that it is not wise to take any chances. He believes that Evans was as safe as houses. Suddenly, he decides to tell his officer to search M.C. Larry. M.C. Larry's suitcase is searched. The presence of a small, semi-inflated rubber ring surprises the officers, but they are courteously informed that M.C. Larry is suffering from piles and the rubbed ring helps him in sitting in a particular position for a long time. The officers feel satisfied and the invigilator is allowed to go into the cell. M. Larry gives necessary instructions to the candidate regarding writing down the paper's name 021-1, index number 313, and the center number 271. Stephens is in the cell until now, but Evans does not like his presence. The governor asks Jackson to call him out. Finally, the examination begins at 9:25 a.m. At 9:40 a.m., the Assistant Secretary for Modern Languages informs the governor over the phone about the correction slip not being put in the examination package. The governor takes all necessary precautions and Evans is told about the corrections on page 3, line 15 by the invigilator. The governor also knew some German and was confident that M.C. Larry understood everything, but he had some doubts about Evans. For the first quarter of an hour, Stephens had dutifully checked on Evans through the peephole. He saw Evans with his pen between his lips staring at the door. At 10:50 a.m., Evans requested for a blanket. When Stephens peeped In next, he was surprised to find a blanket around Evans. He thought that perhaps the prison cells got cold in that wing, so he didn't report the slight irregularity. 3 minutes before the examination was to get over, Jackson calls Stephens telling him